The following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Hallmark of Greatness Reality Check, the show where we will not share with you at all. I'm Joe, and with me as always, he's Kilroy's number one kiss boy. It's James.
Hey! Oh, no, I don't want to be that. Change
No.
it. Before we get sued.
If he didn't come after us last episode, he's never coming after us.
Yeah.
And he's done more shafting than Richard Roundtree. It's Planty.
It's funny because I just thought to myself, I'll have to do a Black Private Dick thing because we got dogs abuse for not even mentioning Shaft.
I know. I didn't think of that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, well, I just thought I've done it on like The Simpsons and on 100 Things. I'm not doing it on this as well.
I mean, if it ain't broke, yes. But if you want to keep up to date with all the Hallmark of Greatness gossip, you cannot find us on Twitter, as I nuked that shit from fucking orbit.
Yes.
So we are on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Facebook for the time being, until they become owned by pricks, bigger pricks. I don't know. I think Instagram and Facebook might be getting nuked soon as well. For the time being, at Hallmark of Greatness, or if you have forgotten your passport like an absolute dickhead, you can email us at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com.
Or you can get a passport in 2 days. What an age we lived in. Fucking hell.
What an age you can live in, where you could smoke on a plane.
Oh, yeah, I've got lots of what an age we lived in.
It's very nostalgia-centric, this episode.
In case you can't work out what we're doing this week. We are doing Airline, the TV series that ran from 1998 to apparently 2007. 12 series, 61 episodes, and I have no idea how they stretched this out so long, because the 2 episodes we watched were essentially the same.
Well, with a couple of differences.
Yeah, but I have a feeling every episode is going to be like, they forgot their passport. Will they be able to go on holiday? I don't give a fuck, mate. If you've not checked all that shit, if you've not checked all that shit 5 times before you've left the house, then you don't deserve to go on holiday. That's
exactly right. And actually, I would much rather not be on a plane with people like that anyway.
I thought this was like EasyJet.
I was certain this was EasyJet, and that's what when I said to you, you've got to be careful because Stelios is very litigious.
Yeah, it don't matter. It's Britannia, mate. We can say what they want.
It no longer exists.
They don't exist anymore. Yeah, but it cost $2,000 a uniform. Apparently, no wonder they went under.
Fucking hell. I mean, we're getting into it.
Well, we are covering the first season, episodes 1, and possibly, if there's time, episode 2. There probably will be time because there's not a lot in these. They're like,
let's not miss for the listeners the great storyline in episode 2.
Well,
there's only one good storyline in that.
There's also BJ and his tennis.
BJ and the bear. Yeah.
This came to our attention through a clip that Planty sent us. And I was like, all right, well, we're definitely doing this then. Which is why I thought it was episode 1. It's not, it's episode 2. But they are TV 30 minutes, which means about 24 minutes each.
My algorithm on social media is absolutely full of just shite. If it's not some marginally racist woman cooking badly, it's stuff like it's things that we'd forgotten existed. Like this.
Yes.
Nostalgia for no one.
I hadn't forgotten it existed.
New coined term.
I genuinely thought, wasn't there like a little air steward man in it? Jeremy something or other.
No, is that not the bus man? Drives the bus.
Benton. No!
Oh, Christ!
No, like Jeremy, it wasn't the bus. That was
that must have been the EasyJet one.
So there's 2 of these. Is the airline and airport?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I got really mixed up because I thought, oh, brilliant, we can do.
That's what I assumed it was at first as well.
No, because I'm like, where's Jeremy? Jeremy Spake. Does that sound right?
That sounds familiar. Yeah. Also, I think the second season of this is voiced by Tony Robinson or something. Which I seem to remember. I have no memory of this, but I remember the world. Yeah. I remember how things used to be before
9/11.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before Osama, I know I said Obama ruined it then. Before Osama ruined it for everyone. Yeah. When you could just leave a child unattended.
When you could
just leave a child unattended in an airport for 3 hours.
So when it
With
opens, it says it's May 1997, and I thought, that old Simpsons thing of May 1997. Where do I know that date from? Things can only get better.
Yeah,
and then we went to war with Iraq.
Yeah, well,
they did get better. For a
it
little
isn't Tony Robinson; it's Charlie Higson.
This is Higson
this anyway.
Yes, this is the old Higson Bosun man.
Bosun, not Botswain, as I've heard someone pronounce it several times today, and it did my head in.
Is that not someone who scrubs the deck on a boat?
No, what? No, that's a deck scrubber. What?
This is just going down so many rabbit holes.
Sorry, right.
This isn't who the fuck is on a boat, right?
This is a plane. That's a boat that goes in the sky. Sky boat. Right.
We want to know what the random plot generator said about
it. Let's do the random plot generator.
Remember that. Oh, yeah. Remember how this podcast works, Joe.
I haven't got my...
I've been away one episode.
I haven't got my plot outline because I put a new hard drive in my computer and I've lost everything. So I've now got to struggle to get it all back. It's backed up somewhere, but I have no way of accessing it because it's in a weird file format. You need to get a hot back.
The curtain.
So, yeah.
You've both got solutions to that problem.
Wow, that was the sound, apparently, of the deluxe recounting droid of secrecy. It's still trapped in Kilroy's silky basement, but has run out of malt vinegar, hence the need to advertise, which is why this episode is brought to you by Bracken, a deeply religious experience. And it said, Airline, 1998. Claire Air, it's quite hard to say,
is a rural weather... It would have been funnier.
Claire Air is a rural weather girl, or weather woman in this day and age, who must escape a conclave that has ended, or else the bastards will win. The plot thickens when Claire encounters Eugene Line, a defecting North Korean agent who can see 15 minutes into the future but also not do anything about it.
That's the kind of X-Man power I'd get.
Yeah. A crisis ensues when her brother is abducted in the Philippines and the unlikely duo must work together. Will they rescue hostages from a space oubliette? Most likely.
Lovely stuff. Yes.
Claire that is every other film we do on this.
In Burnley, it's called Chlorur. Chlorur, if you've got Burnley.
Yeah, the actual document thing, for the synopsis for this, it says, series follow staff and passenger on EasyJet Airlines. And that's off IMDb. So maybe later on, Britannia went, kaput.
Yeah.
Well,
because it's got this whole Luton thing and EasyJet, and I know because I did a bit of work with EasyJet back in the 2000s. Would you believe? Training people in call centres.
Stelios is body double in case of assassination attempts, like Saddam Hussein.
I am a swarthy Greek man. Yeah. No, I trained people to make amendments on flight bookings in a call centre. So part of the training was to know all the 3-digit airport shortnesses. I've forgotten them all. They're all random places in Riga and stuff like that.
I've got no follow-up questions today.
No.
That's it.
It was an interesting bit of work. Yeah, I did it for about 6 months. That's it.
Has it all changed now that they're all becoming changed to Silvio Berlusconi Airport and stuff? Does that change the 3-digit thing?
That'll just be
Bunga. RPE Airport now.
BUN. Bunga Airport. Keep it light.
Yeah.
So, it's May 1997. The dizzy times of everyone, all the men have got curtains, and all the women look awful. and we're introduced, this thing starts off with this uniform is the Britannia uniform is horrible. I mean, all airline uniforms are weirdly horrible, and I never understood why. It's the only profession where you have to wear a neckerchief.
Where you look like a
apart from Cubmaster.
Cubmaster coming to 100 Things You Learned from Film next month.
It's the prequel to Beastmaster.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it's going to be even more to wear in a really hot country as well. So you're just going to be boiling there and ridiculed here. So you can't win.
It's a red beret for the women, but it's not on your head properly. They're wearing it like a World War II land girl to keep her hair out of her eyes. It's so bizarre. But hey, one of them is harassing a lost child.
Yeah. Straight in, isn't it? With do you speak English? Does she speak English? Do you speak English?
This kid's
Tell me your name.
Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
Have you even got a British passport? Who are you?
Do you speak English? And then this is the best bit. Another woman comes along and she's like, I don't think she speaks English. And then a random woman just goes, yeah, I'll have that kid. And they go, no further questions, my lord.
Then the woman goes to the other one.
Doesn't speak English.
Yes, she didn't speak English.
Led away. Safeguarding policy not in place then in that
Picked up and stolen.
I think this thing is, it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's not even interconnected stories. It's just things that happen in an airport with general members of the public. So we're introduced to the Cormac family.
Oh, I'd written Grandpa Joe, and then I realised that was Charlie the Chocolate Factory.
No, he's called Grandad Billy.
Of course he's Billy Cormac. I mean, of course he is.
Yep. Could he be any more scoused? And they're going on holiday, let's say, to Spain, because I didn't write that down.
I think they are.
No, I didn't write that.
But Billy is frightened of flying.
He's leathered, isn't he?
He's frightened of flying, so what he's decided to do is get absolutely shit-faced.
Yeah.
Like, he cannot stand up. He is that drunk. How much money did this family have? I'm assuming it's all from benefit fraud?
You can say that. Okay.
I'm not
doing this.
I know people from Liverpool and they're very nice. But a pint in an airport's like £7.
Yeah.
You see what they did to the sun. Do you really want to pick a fight with them? They're singing a song about Belfast anyway, as he sways around. I don't know what it is. I did try and look it up. It came up with like Simple Minds, but I didn't recognise the lyrics or anything, so I don't know.
I did write it down somewhere, but I can't remember.
Pat Bain's the air stewardess. No, I don't think she's an air stewardess, actually. She just fucks around at the call.
She is the customer service liaison.
Liaison's doing heavy lifting, isn't it?
She's a saint. I don't care what you say.
There's no amount of money in this world that would make me take that job.
No.
Because I would end up running someone over one of them little cars they've got. Like, or just kicking them off it like John Wick.
She's up against like leathered blokes with no security. They don't provide anything for her. She's got to do all of that on her own with a camera crew.
Yeah,
I know. So there's that to deal with. She has to tell his grandkids that they may not be able to fly, which is just devastating.
But why? Because Uncle Billy's got pissed again.
Yeah.
There he is. And then like ridiculous music in the
toilet for a while.
Fun Uncle Billy's throwing up in the toilet. And she says, have a coffee with me. And I'm just like, a coffee's not going to do it. Sir, I couldn't possibly eat any more raw coffee.
4 bowls is just my minimum.
4 bowls is just mine, yeah.
Yes. Oh no, his song is Take Me Down. That's what he sings. And then he just stops because he doesn't know what the next bit is. Or it's not a song. It's from the Way We Were, the old music hall show. Like.
It's not Paradise City if it's about Belfast. But anyway.
No, Belfast was the other ones. The Dirty Evertonian.
He just shouts Belfast at some point then. I don't know.
Probably.
Songs.
We're introduced as well to Jane Ritchie.
Two first names prick.
Who is trying to commit passport crime.
Always take into account that whatever's going on here, it's a crime that's in effect.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I mean, it's that thing of... I know that you've got like 6 months on your passport now. Back then, they're like, yeah, whatever. There's a bit later on where they're like, yeah, fucking get over there, see what they say.
Sometimes we just let it slide. Sometimes you just got to know when to let it slide.
If they send you back, well, I'll just deny everything, even though it's on
I'll get
camera.
You fired. Yeah, so they've showed up at the airport and they haven't brought the passports with them. And they live over 60 miles away in Bradford.
So put your clocks back 30 years, you're going to Bradford.
And they're like, there's nothing you can do. You haven't got passports in an airport. How have you set off, got your boarding passes and all that shit, and you've not thought, I've not got the passports in my little bum bag? Like, I don't understand how these people do that. I hate airports at the best of times anyway, as I've made apparent on several occasions. But you make sure it's the least painful it has to be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And the passport is the first thing you're grabbing when you go out the door.
Yes. Before your bag, wife, trousers.
Copy of Bella.
You get that
as
in
we discover later.
There. And then £8 bottles of water.
Yeah.
But... So they have to get on the blower to their neighbour and to go, you've got an hour to drive 60 miles from Bradford to Manchester Airport. Go.
In the middle of the night as well.
Yeah. Well, it looks like
that's the one time that you do want to take the M62.
I want to know what that neighbour got out of this. Well, yes.
They didn't get a thank you, I'll tell you that. And they're just we've got an hour until the gate closes. if they're not here, you're not going. And I'm like, oh, poor kid's holiday. That little lad looks proper grumped off as well. Fucking dad, knob. Told you.
And then we get introduced to Aisha and Jane, who want to be pop stars.
No. Only Aisha wants to be. Jane is just regretting this flat chair.
Oh, absolutely. And that's nothing to do with all the fucking mold in the bathroom either.
I've got that bath needs regrouting. Yeah. She wants to be a singer. She thinks she's going to be on top of the pops because if the Spice Girls can do it, anyone can. Yeah. The Spice Girls can sing, love. Also, I've never shared a house with anyone, even with my wife, where I'm like, come in and watch me sing in the bathroom while I'm having a bath.
I've written, Aisha Keith is 18 and wants to be a singer, but she can't because she lives in a bath. I can't figure out that the whole world is revolving around her while she lives in this bath.
And she can't sing, bless her.
She's apparently 18, but looks older. Mind you, they're caning the tannin thing, aren't they? So
remember sunbeds that go over your bed?
I was like, is that not a fire hazard as fuck? Yeah, she gets on. Well, someone gets on a sunbed with no top on, and you do see a cheeky bit of nip.
You did a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
How did that get through the
when she breathed in like that really heavily, a little bit of nip just pops in. But it's a sunbed that goes over her bed, so it only you've got to rotate underneath it like a pig on a spit, or like those hot dogs. Those hot dogs in the cinema.
That wasn't the bit that concerned me the most. They had a carpet in their bathroom.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That was that was disgusting, but only slightly more disgusting than the casino style carpet in the airport.
I think it's probably still the same airport in Manchester Airport, to be honest. I didn't think to check. Yeah, casino.
I will let you know in March when we fly out from Manchester Airport.
It's horrible. Anyway, I don't think I'm not sure whether it is now, whether it's all laminated or whatever. Not laminated.
Yeah.
Or laminate?
Laminate.
I don't know.
You know,
anyway.
Yeah.
Laminated.
Just in case Grandpa Joe's going to be sick on.
Well, yeah, this is where he's in the disabled toilets. His grandkids are looking confused and scared.
Yeah.
We cut to a group of women on the floor that have got slappers on tour, 97 on the back of their t-shirts. And I'm like, remember we got each other slappers? We should bring that back.
That'll never age badly for those women watching this on YouTube.
Well, there's so many people in the background going, because Canberra's in an airport and everyone's a bit pissed because there's nothing else to do in an airport.
Yeah. And this is where Pat confronts Billy the drunk because she's like, well, you have to stay here, but your family can go, which is a brave stand to tell this massive man.
He's not massive, but he's bigger than
compared
a tiny
to
woman.
her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know he used to be a
makes
carrier.
his stand.
Yeah.
But to be fair, his wife is with him and she's going, shut up, Billy, you're being a dick.
Yeah.
And she's got a flag on the go while she's doing all this as well.
This is where I make my stand outside of a W.H. Smith in Manchester Airport.
Outside of a tie rack.
I think it was a tie rack.
I'm staying here. Oh, yeah, so we're agreed then. You're staying here.
Yeah. Excuse me, stewardess. I speak pissed Scouser.
Yeah.
I thought he was very haphazard with his bleeping at this point because he very clearly says, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, shit's okay. They get one shit.
Yeah.
Half hour of TV.
You're allowed one shit and like two bloodies, I think. Or you can exchange the bloodies for another shit or something like that.
Oh,
I think that's... there was a whole bit, I think Rick Mail did a whole thing about how and the young ones, they had to exchange various swear words to get other bigger swear words in and stuff.
Right, okay, cool.
Back then, you probably just say fuck on Jack and Ori now or whatever.
Anyway, we get introduced to the best character in this.
Plain Freddie Mercury.
Oh.
Yeah. BJ.
Brian
BJ
Jones.
to his friends, apparently.
Brian Jones. His name wasn't Brian Jones.
I think he was called Brian Jones.
No, it was something like it was something like Nathaniel something or other.
But we call him BJ.
Yeah.
I think his initials were. But anyway. This guy is my new fucking hero. Because he's got the patience of a saint. Because I would have killed every single one of these pricks straight out the gate.
Pretty much.
So yeah, there's Bolshy passengers. There's also the pilots to contend with because we get them at this point.
Captain
and
Clax,
flat as an iron.
Full English breakfast
use as
for
contraceptives. Our personalities apparently.
And then
it's going to be a long
but the cameras like leave it there too long.
Yeah.
We'll CGI some tumbleweed over that in a bit. Like Captain Clax is also like a weird hero because he's like, at night we can see the moon. Yeah, anyone can, pal. Like, if you've got eyes, obvious.
And that's Uranus in retrograde.
Well, ask BJ about that. He comes in, he does a joke, BJ, and then he leaves, and then the captain tries to tell a joke, and it's not as good.
No.
BJ, my new hero.
And he's talking to Aisha, and she says, "I get told I look like her out of ABBA," and he says, "Oh, well, we'll put you on the stars in your eyes."
Yeah.
Oh, well, you look now like her.
I don't know her name, and he goes, Agneta, and she goes, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And then is this when they cut to her going? The voiceover goes, she has a trapped audience to sing at. I would crash that fucking plane.
I would open that door. I would open that door, and we would all be Final Destination.
Yeah, I don't care. It's like them. Have you seen them videos where it's like fucking Christians in America where they get up and they do like a Bible fucking dance and shit? I'd be like, I'm taking us all out. I don't give a fuck. Let's see. Where's your God now? Yeah.
And the interviewer says, "And what do you think?" Yeah, she's
again.
I think she's very brave. And the woman behind him is corpsing.
Oh yeah.
He's he's the star of the show.
He is the genuine.
I want to watch more of this just for him.
Yes,
because he's he's got a story arc already.
Yeah.
He just assumed that the cameras were there for him, and then they became his. But we'll see more of him later.
She's singing something with trapped thing of people, and no one says anything. And I'm like, someone put a fag out in her eye or something.
But she's absolutely hammered as well, because they're all just getting completely sloshed.
Yeah, it's okay to get drunk when you're on the plane, I guess, but getting onto the plane, you're not allowed. Thanks a lot, 9/11.
It's just the singing thing. And I'm like, can you not?
Can you not? You're not a good singer. Even if you were a good singer. I'm trying to fucking watch Downton Abbey or whatever. Nothing then, was it? But you had a little telly at the front of the plane.
At the front,
to watch.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, no, everyone is tuned into Radio Aisha. There's no escape in the 90s.
But she's not. I admire her delusional moxie, but I also want someone to put a pillow over her face. Just because, just to shut her up, not to kill her.
I don't feel for her at the end. Spoilers when it doesn't go her way, because anyway, we'll come.
Yeah,
it's not much of a spoiler because we already know she's shit.
I mean, but she went out to humiliate herself on a package holiday, and also can't get onto a killer whale.
The plane landing, by the way, looks like it's that bit out of the Krypton Factor.
Pull up.
Brace.
We cut back to Manchester Airport where Billy and his wife, who isn't given a name, are sitting outside, I think, a Pizza Hut.
Oh, pizza, £1.55 a slice.
I know.
Please, boy.
Nice.
Take me back. And he's like, well, we can't go now. I'll stay here with you, and then we'll try and get something in the morning. And he's still hammered.
Yeah.
He's still hammered.
He's singing Old MacDonald by this point. He's regressed.
And she goes, right, I'll go and get you something. What do you want? And he goes, get me something. And she goes, give us a tenner. I've already given you a tenner.
Fuck off, is what he says.
Brilliant.
It is brilliant. The Ritchie family also, they are waiting out on the tarmac, I think, and they get the passport delivered in the nick of time.
Papa Ritchie runs into the traffic about 4 times. Is this them?
The car pulls up like me on GTA, flying through a checkpoint, and the old woman
bundles out, gives them, and they just go,
cheers,
Gene! And then they're out.
They just go, and it's like
the little kid does like a double fist bump as well.
And they go, quick, we're holding the flight for you. And I'm like, I fucking hate these. Everybody on this is people I end up on a plane with. And I hate them.
Well, this is, I think they're in Venice flying back. And Billy says, not Billy, BJ says, this is going to be a difficult flight because these are a higher class people. They're still in steerage. They're still in crammed in seats. There's no luxury thingy. And because it's a thingy, they're served afternoon tea. And we cut to this non-union Michael Winner looking prick.
Oh, this guy.
I mean, it being Vienna, I thought it was Midura, but okay.
Is it Vienna or Venice? One of them. Yeah. Vienna.
There's 3 points that he'd like to make.
3 points he makes indeed, yeah.
Inept organisation.
Yeah.
Inhospitable.
Yeah.
And the third, the whole thing is a debacle.
Yeah. Because
a dabacle, you want to sell actually.
You want to sell your beastly drinks.
Yes.
They didn't get a cup of tea because you want to sell your beastly cold drink.
Or you wait.
Indefensible is what it is.
You wait. They give you the food and then they come round with the drinks. That's how it's always done.
Yeah.
Right? It's not my fault. You're such a fat chode that you immediately took into the cake.
Yeah.
Like fucking Bruce Baxter from Matilda or whatever he's called. Because you can't. Bog Trotter, whatever. Because you can't contain yourself. That's not BJ's fault. And to be fair, BJ has the patience of a saint. Because I would have inserted that fucking tray in him.
BJ takes a different tact to what I would do. I would
violence.
No, because I have got years and years of customer service, so I've got really, really thick skin when it comes to customer service. I just go, I'm really sorry, sir. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll take on your comments, blah blah. But he goes, mate, have you seen how heavy these things are?
Yeah.
And do you know how hot tea kettles are? What? Do you want to have a go? Do you want to have a go doing it? You do it. They're hot. I'll scold you. You'll all die.
It? No, of course you haven't.
No.
That's it. Yeah, of course you haven't.
No, I'm a middle management at ICI.
Yeah, that's how the company works. And he goes, oh, I know how the company works. I know what you're getting out of it. I'm like, mate, just give it up.
Just wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a cold sandwich, a scone, and some cream. It's not going anywhere, is it?
It's getting cold.
Also, I mean, you're on an aeroplane, right? It's not going to be the best, is it? There's going to be. It's always going to be awful. There's always going to be sacrifices. Mm-hmm. Also, we missed the bit where Aisha gets off the plane in Ibiza and says another one bites the dust. I was like, don't be stealing Freddie Mercury's material now. He will hunt you down.
I missed that.
Anyway, he also goes to he regales this story about a woman who ordered a G&T.
That's the gin and tonic tea,
I
darling.
like this. Yeah. I like this story.
It's just a slower pace. So as quick as a flash, she said, how about some ice and a slice? That's some frozen water and a piece of fruit to you. That's the best story Freddie Mercury.
It's a proper zing, mate.
It's a good story.
And the woman that's with him pisses herself laughing.
Yeah.
He must be a delight to work with, because they all love him, don't they? As we discovered,
he seems like a nice bloke.
They really miss BJ. I mean, don't we all?
Hey,
well, being married,
never got married.
It's not exactly Churchill quipping with Lady Astor, though, is it?
The real Churchill,
like
or the Churchill lookalike you can hire for a wedding.
There you go. That's the one.
We cut to some awful package holiday hotel thing where it's just sausage-coloured people sitting out in the sun, slowly getting melanomas.
And there's a sheet up on this stage, isn't there, that's half falling down. In fact, it looks like a fitted sheet. It doesn't even look like a bed sheet. It's a fitted sheet.
And it's Aisha is singing Murdering the Greatest Love by Whitney Houston. And it cuts to people going, like, just watching.
It's a very terse crowd, yeah. And the unforgiving eye of resort manager Anita, I think her name was.
Yep.
Who was judging this.
Is this singing worse than Fake Cher from Ramsay's Hotel Hell?
Fake Cher,
it's not worse.
At least has the beats. Do you know what I mean?
Pitch.
Yeah. You know, if somebody who doesn't speak English is singing an English song and they have those exact bits and they hit the pitches exactly right, but the words aren't quite pronounced right.
Yeah.
I think that's what Fake Cher did. This woman is just, she's just flat.
She's delusional.
Yeah, I mean, she, as Anita says to her,
she tries to let her down gently.
Look, everyone picks Whitney Houston. Nobody can do it. And I quote, you need to work on it before you get into the big time, she says, as a 6-year-old dive bombs into the pool, splashing water over some empty plastic chairs.
And there is no response.
Yeah. What do you think?
I thought you should have booked 2 better songs. Philip Glass and Da Da Da.
Yes, please. I thought Whip It by Devo might have been a good shout.
That's got lyrics in it, though. Da 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 is just Da Da Da. And there's now in Philip Glass.
Rachel got involved here because my wife is keen to get involved in this. Her view was, and I quote, I never get, when she says, I never get embarrassed singing in front of people, Rachel went, you should, love.
Yeah.
And then when she's singing, they can't take away my dignity, Rachel said, you're doing that for yourself, pet. And then she turned to me and she went, sometimes I'm just not deaf enough. So credit to Rachel for probably giving us the second best laughs behind BJ.
But there's this is only my first rejection.
I'm sure I've
there'll
got
be a lot
more to come. And I thought, well, yes, at least you know, at least you get it.
Yeah, because you're not even going to get like pub singing on a Tuesday for that.
She's not going to even end up at the working men. Not the prices they're charging you a ticket, Joe.
I can't wait to hear
but I get a hot beef sandwich with that.
You get 3 hot beef sandwiches.
I can't wait to hear about this in 20 years' time on an episode of Come Dine With Me. She's got to be in there somewhere, hasn't she?
I didn't get I might have to go back and see if I can get her surname because I missed it.
It's Aisha Keithley or Keeley.
Keeley. I'll have a look later and see if she turns up anything else.
She is quite blatant.
shooting
quite
rampage.
blatantly from Bramley or somewhere else in West Yorkshire.
Possibly.
She's got to
be. When they cut to her house, it looked like the start of the Fat Slide. It looked like Fulchester. It was like, but yeah. Then we cut back to the Venice thing, and an old woman is trying to scam them into getting free leg room. Fuck off, book it.
Wow.
Yeah. Which they claim to have done, but they obviously haven't done. Because they come up with a range of excuses. They're claustrophobic, they're afraid of flying, and they have, I think, cancer of the knee.
No, he has a broken
back.
bone in his back. And I thought, that's a new one. I've never heard that one before. I'm going to use
I hate
that
sitting in the middle. You're in the aisle seat, love.
Yeah.
Shut up. And also, fuck off. That's what I've got in my notes.
BJB and BJ says, well, I'll tell you what we can do. We can go and ask the other people on the seat to move. No, whatever you do, don't do that because they saw us water skiing on holiday. Don't do that. Don't do that.
From the job centre and they're going to cut my benefits.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, like BJ again. He's like, all right, well, what do you want me to do? And she goes, well, I don't know. He's like, well, I can't do anything unless you tell me what you want.
He says, and you've had your moan. And she went, I'm only getting started. And he kind of does this Leonard Rossiter, oh God, kind of thing, doesn't he?
They've miscounted the people on the plane. Either there's too many people or not enough.
No, there
people.
was too few.
Right.
Try saying that after few.
So they couldn't take off because their bags might be on the plane. Fuck them.
Yeah,
which is a security risk.
Is it?
Like more than I don't know.
Well, they might be on the tarmac, I guess. It's Grandpa Joe again, isn't it? He's
pre 9/11, isn't it? Like so.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's a different time.
They
different priorities.
They miss their allocated window to take off. They phone, like they radio the Venice Air Tower, who go, no, like 2 hours.
And he goes, I'm not having any of this. I'm ringing Luton.
You Nazi collaborators. I'm going to phone Ray Vaughan, who works at the call centre.
I thought he was calling the set of Life on Mars.
It's very The Office, isn't it?
Yeah,
like big shirts and wide ties and big old monitors.
Neil Fitzmaurice, before he became famous, is working there though, and he gets them down to like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So they can take off, and everyone's happy.
So Luton calls Brussels. Brussels says straight bananas only. Luton goes, all right, 20 minutes. Again, late 90s references.
Oh no, well, still banging on about that now.
Yeah, not they just.
They cut back to that woman who's still whinging, and I'm like, you're not in the middle. Also, book the seats. When we went to India, Harvey booked me for the long haul bit of it. We booked those seats at the front so I can stretch my legs out.
You pay a little bit extra and it's well worth it.
Yeah, it's not because the steward sits opposite you, so you've got to make idle chit chat with them. I didn't like that.
Headphones, iPad, dead easy.
No, but when you're landing, you've got to fold everything away. Yeah, and he's like, so where are you going? And I'm like, I don't know you.
India.
Where are you going? I don't know, ask her. She's in charge.
I'm going to the airport, mate. I'm just hanging about there like that guy from that film. Cool runnings. Yeah. Aisha lands back in Blighty after a shitty holiday where she's got sunburn and just gets her pants out in the airport to show everyone how sunburnt she is.
She's not well. She's not well with that. That's
sunburn's not good.
All over it, that.
Also, there's two middle-aged men in the background just going, all right, love.
Rubbing their legs.
Show us your burn.
It was acceptable back then. She should have had a slapper on tour t-shirt, I thought. Because as she comes out of the airport, she just falls the fuck off the curb.
Yeah.
Which I very much
enjoyed. I was like, who was she saying bye to anyway? The airport?
I don't know. I think the two men.
Crew, I think.
Probably the two old men. She'd given them a little, earn some money. She's never going to make it as a singer, so she may as well make it as a dancer, I guess. So, dancer. And then it goes, old man.
It's the catch up, isn't it?
The catch up bits from the bits in the air and the thing that weren't sorted. So Billy is very ashamed the next morning.
Oh yeah, he
blames it on mixing whiskey with cough medicine.
He blames it on a litre of famous grouse.
Now, isn't whiskey and cough medicine? Isn't that what killed Lil Wayne?
Oh, is it really?
Isn't it called pimp juice or cronk juice? Or I might have just made this
mate,
up.
I've got to try that.
Yeah, he blames it on that, and again, Pat is like, "Oh, it's fine. Like, we'll get you on a plane today, and that'll be that."
He only missed one day of his holiday.
Yeah,
55 people a year are not allowed on planes, on Britannia planes, for being too pissed. But also, the passport crime family, the Ritchie family, they made their plane, but over 500 and something people a year show up at airport. And I imagine that number's gone up because people are, I don't know, stupider now.
Yeah.
This is what convinced me to do alternate endings for them.
Oh, please do.
Right.
So I don't know if anyone else has done this or if it's just me.
No, absolutely not.
Billy accidentally boarded a flight to Gdansk, where he still works today as a crusty docker. Captain Clack later went on to discover lattes and is still a perfectly contented man. The Ritchie family successfully boarded their holiday, but were unfortunately eaten by a giant sky lizard en route to Chicago. BJ lost a sock in Berlin and has not stopped talking about it. And Aisha invested big in paraffin, but lost it all in the Great Paraffin Crash of 2001.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do the second one?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right.
I've got no notes, but yeah.
I got no stuff.
I've got notes, yeah. So, episode 2. Oh, by the way, all of these, the whole of the first season is on YouTube.
Yeah.
With like no adverts apart from the YouTube adverts in there, so you can blitz through them, and I might do it one day.
I think I'm gonna.
I might get myself like a bottle of whiskey and just make notes for it.
Yeah.
Because there's nice people in there, as we find out, and there's just some awful people
and story arcs.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah,
and it's a nice window into a long time ago.
Well, the fact that you could smoke in airports, you could smoke on planes.
Yeah, as we're about to see.
The fact that you could get absolutely shit-faced on planes, like they encourage you not to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're a nerve... Oh, well, we'll get to her. So, we start with, in the airport, loads of people show up and lose their passports in the airport. Yeah. Good. You're not going on holiday then.
And this couple look like my next-door neighbours, Jimmy and Pat. And Jimmy's running around, I'm going to call him, absolutely running up and down the corridors like he's a child at a wedding. Isn't he? He's going absolutely berserk. And the lassie goes, just give me a second. And I know you're going to think this is mental. And I know you're going to think I'm robbing you. But can I just have a look in your bag? And
you watch me do that. It's not that I don't trust you, she says.
It's just
and lo and behold, where are the passports?
In a copy
bag
of Bella magazine.
Next to a
it's
Bella
like
magazine.
Fucking David Blaine. Where did these come from?
Sherman.
But they've held the plane up for these two pricks. Go without them.
Yeah. Well, that's what they would do today. It's exactly what they would do today.
Yeah.
They should do. The least amount of time you spend in an airport, the better.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. Why have I got to wait 40 minutes on the tarmac while these two chuckle fucks who can't keep a piece of cardboard this big in their pocket?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, Britannia Airways went bust in 2000 when the Germans took it over. Britannia Airways.
Nice.
Bust by a German company.
Oh, they won't like
the Germans.
They won't like that, will they?
Rebranded as Thomson Fly in 2004, Thomson Airways in 2008, and then TUI Airways
twins.
from 2017. So there is a chance that BJ is still out there. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's well retired.
Oh, I don't know. I think he's probably quite young here. He just doesn't look it.
If you're flying TUI, ask for BJ. He'll know what it means.
No,
tell him James told you to ask for
No,
BJ.
No, it might be code. And when we get to that later on, you don't want to be doing that. Mr. Coleman has a secret.
Oh, speaking of arseholes, Mr. Coleman with his Dennis Taylor glasses.
Mr. Coleman has a secret. He is Cliff Richard in disguise.
Not much of a disguise. In fact, he's disguised as Hank Marvin.
He is. Oh, his secret is they'll never find the children's bodies. He's got big Dennis Rader energy around him.
Jesus Christ.
They're trying to get on the plane, but the son is 17 and should have his own passport.
No, son is 16 and should have his own passport, but they're saying he's 15 and he's still on Mam's passport. But Mam's passport is expired? Question mark?
I don't know.
Wasn't clear.
Because
it's more that he's over age, and it's so easy to find out because they've given his age. So they're like, well, he's 16. His date of birth.
Well,
and they're like, no, he's 15, but his birthday is still 16 years ago.
They ask them the birthday, and they do that thing from Hot Fuzz where he goes,
every year.
Like, and I'm just like, no, you're not going on holiday then. Yeah. This is stuff you sort out weeks in advance. If you are
willing to do this at this point, what are you willing to do in a massive metal tube full of aircraft fucking propellant? Do you know what I mean? You are a danger. You are a liar. You are a problem at ground level trying to get through security. No further.
It would not happen now. I had to go through that. Look through your clothes nude machine.
Yeah.
Because I had an empty Skittles packet in my back pocket.
Oh, wow.
Genuinely.
Sure, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't an empty Skittles packet. I went to the restaurant the night before and had some Skittles.
I had my belt on and they made me get in there. Oh, fuck, I missed my belt. It's easily done. And back in the day, they would go, even
It's just because they want to
even
look at
5
your
years
penis.
ago.
That's all it is.
If you want to look at my penis, just ask.
Yeah. Just go and grab your microscope and I'll show you. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
That and like 4 Jamesons, and that, yeah, anyone can have a look.
Where is it? Oh, it's in someone else's bag.
So
I don't trust you.
The argument here is that he's told her to lie and she's lying, and then she falls over on her lie, and he comes over and he goes, I've told you to lie, I've told you to lie. And she's like, fuck off.
And he goes, I'm getting really annoyed about this now. And I'm like, mate, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Get in your house and shut up. Yeah. We'll come back to them later anyway.
Oh, they are not the biggest problem in this episode.
Oh, no. We come to the biggest problem in this episode, Brain.
Things you don't expect to hear on TV. Meanwhile, in Runcorn.
In Runcorn, Anne Brain is preparing to fly with all her family to the Dominican Republic to get married. Yeah. All right, she's marrying someone from Dominica? No. She's marrying her cousin, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Brain.
And even better than that, they've already got a kid. They've already got a child together, and they're expecting their second.
Yeah. The mum announces that over the big brown sauce on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's pregnant again.
Quick save. And one of the kids says, she says, I want another daughter. And one of the kids goes, I want a boy. And she says, Anne Brain says, you get what you're given in this life. Like, I don't know, 11 fingers if your parents are cousins. I'm not sure.
Is that legal? I don't think it is.
It is perfectly legal in the UK. It is illegal in, here we go, I've got a fact somewhere. As of February 2014, 24 US states prohibit marriage between first cousins. The UK has no such law.
Wow.
What a fucking backwards country we are.
Never go to Runcorn because they've all got webbed feet.
It is quite sea level, isn't it?
It's very hills of eyes. The plain plan. Anyway. You've already got a kid, the big brown sauce on the table. There's so many people going on this. Again, like going on holiday with your family, it sounds the most stressful thing in the world.
It's like Home Alone.
They get on a bus, and I don't know who's driving that bus, but he's not been paid enough for this.
It was quite a smart bus for 1997, though.
It's probably got a karaoke machine in it or something, like, good times. They're travelling from Runcorn, so they could probably put a DVD on or something. Sister Act.
Who wants to hear Whitney?
And now, to do your entertainment, it's Aisha Kelly.
Good for her.
She just rams it off into the sea. And then here we go.
Yeah.
That's an Evertonian song.
Yeah, you can't sing this dirty Evertonian song. I think it's just a generic football song, Joe.
Yeah. They arrive at the airport and are immediately terrified about having to fly through the Bermuda Triangle.
Is that what they were talking about? The triangle? I wondered what they were talking about.
Because that is so 90s, isn't it? Everyone was terrified of it.
They've got to wade through some quicksand at departures.
These are the things that I genuinely thought as a child I'd have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Quicksand, the Bermuda Triangle, never encountered them ever. Hopefully never will. But that's why they were asking behind the thing. And she's like, yeah, she will have to fly through the Bermuda Triangle to get to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, we debunked the Bermuda Triangle on the Addams Family episode of 100 Things We Love.
Yeah, it's not. No, the Rhubarb Triangle. That's
mate, yeah.
And I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, probably.
It is me, it's Yorkshire. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the bit where we're just telling Dennis Taylor and his wife, just go through the other end with your out-of-date passport. I've rung Ibiza, they'll probably be all right with it.
Yeah.
You're there then, you're their problem.
Yeah, you're coming straight back on the nenext plane. Because there again, Ibiza airport. Like I said, coming out of Britain, going to India, the airport security was way more stringent than it was coming back the other way.
Right.
It was just one guy with a paddle, and he just go beep. Okay, it wasn't even plugged in. It's a ping pong paddle, I think. Right. He did whack me in the bollocks with it twice, though.
Oh. Did you have to pay extra for that?
Yeah. I had to give him all my Skittles. Right, then we cut to this fucking penis. Aaron.
This guy.
Is that his name?
It's the Finder, a superstar, trainee, air stewards.
Yeah, so there's two of them, and I mixed them up because they both look 1997.
It's just so much curtains.
There was the hairdresser with all the Brill cream.
That's Aaron.
And there was the one with the curtains that used to stack shelves.
I didn't get his name because he doesn't reappear again, I don't think.
Right, okay.
But they're roommates. I thought, here we go. It's 97. You probably couldn't allow to say that. Aaron immediately debunks any feelings of homosexuality by announcing to the world he is... Pufters don't bother him. I'm not racist like that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to working with the gay stewards. I'm not racist.
It just means there's more women for me.
Yeah,
I
sure.
thought, you think a lot of yourself, don't you, for like a budget Stephen Gately looking motherfucker? Like,
I think the other guy as well, the other guy that we don't see enough of, who's come from stacking shelves at Tesco, says something like, "I don't want to get up there and fail because I don't want to go back."
Yeah. The last thing I want to do is go back to quick
quit your job to do this. What?
It's a 3-week course.
I assumed that this course they'd already been offered the job. That's what I assumed.
No, because you can fail at any time. You take a
boot
walk
camp.
down Washout Alley. Yeah.
You have to queue up with all the hen party and go through that tunnel of water or whatever it was from last episode but one.
No, because it's like a 3-week course, they said, and it's like a daily thing because they're all living in a hotel or something.
Yes, they were. Yeah,
it's like Big Brother.
Yeah. There is like a lot of research and revision and learning. I know that still happens, but
you are in charge of
the
like
rest of
a
the
lot
bollocks,
of safety.
Well, I had to do that when I started at Carpham Warehouse. We had like a 1 week away to do the training thing, and they went, "Don't worry about failing because you won't fail." 3 guys failed and instantly lost their job.
So when I got my alcohol license, and there was a woman there it was her 6th time of doing it, and it was multiple choice. I was like, statistically, you should have passed by now.
Absolutely,
100%. Just saying, because it's multiple choice.
If anybody knows about alcohol, Joe, it's you. Let's be fair.
So he's not racist, and then they're in this thing. The woman hosting the thing is the most nervous woman I've ever seen. we don't bite, she says, while trying not to piss her pants. And the bloke that's with her just stands there staring.
Yeah.
It's very unsettling. And then we get the best bit of it. BJ. It cuts to it's some other steward woman who's on the lookout for nervous passengers.
Yes, and he mentions, Charlie Higson's voiceover mentions it's a lot more than just 35 tons of kerosene to power an airplane. The stewards are important too. And I thought, put it in H. Obviously,
how many hectares? Yeah, and there's a woman on this plane who I didn't get her name. Because I was just like, why you want to, if you're deathly terrified, I don't like flying, but if you're deathly terrified of it, so much so that it's physically making you shake, go to Morecambe, go to Whitby, go to Prestatyn. There's plenty of places in Britain you can go to that don't require you to get on a plane, unless it's one of those little 20p machines outside the thing that goes up and down like that, right?
Even then, that's too much.
It's too high off the ground.
She's got a son or something as well who's accompanying her who just looks weirded out by how severe this is.
Desperate to take him on a proper holiday to the Dominican Republic. Now, surely she could have gone on a shorter flight.
I don't think it was the same plane.
No, it is. They're going to the Dominican Republic as well. Yeah, no, because these arseholes at the back, cousin fuckers, are scaring the shit out of her at one point.
Oh, I must have missed that because I was looking at something else, or trying not to look at the weird mutant man's face that she's marrying.
So how do they stop it? How does the lady try and stop her being upset?
In the most 90s way possible. Does she give her gack to play with? No! She gives her a fucking Tamagotchi.
Now, I don't remember them being quite this big, but apparently they were. It's huge, isn't it?
It's a big old one now, yeah.
Unit.
But
what a time to be alive, eh? I bought my sister one for Christmas about 4 years ago, and she cried when she killed it. She's in her 30s.
Yeah, I mean,
it threw her back that far.
This is what I was thinking. Like, it's really easy to kill them. Do you want to also have that on your conscience when you're worried about being on a plane?
Could you not just give her a book or one of those things like from Red Dwarf, like the in-flight magazine, Salt and Epicure's Delight? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Give her a
grind those balls.
Ball in a cup.
Yes, grind the balls. Ball in a cup. Yeah, hoop and a stick.
Smoking a pancake.
She's genuinely terrified.
I mean, you can't smoke on these planes, so why not?
I mean, yeah. What a time! What a time!
But not only can you smoke on the plane, but you can also be pregnant and have a glass of champagne.
They're from Runcorn. The kid's fucked anyway.
Is what she does.
This is where
coming out with 5 X chromosomes.
Mother of the bride just swigs a bottle of fizzy,
champagne, and then she spills it all down her because she's not expecting it to be fizzy. And then a little bit later on, she goes, "I've got Tia Maria all over me dress. Me knickers are soaked." It's like,
I don't need to see
just
that.
Have me tea.
And I just imagine a 1997 era Planty just behind them, just fuming in his seat.
Mate, every flight I go on, it's full of them. And they're talking about the bride to be is talking about her groom,
who's just
cousin,
asleep.
and he's asleep.
Groom and says, cousin, same thing.
I wouldn't change anything about him, maybe other than the fact that you're related to him. Would probably change that for the sake of your children, if nothing else.
What was it? He proposed to me at the child's christening,
yeah.
And then a couple of days later, he gave me a ring. He didn't even propose with a ring.
Because she said, "I flew out." Where's she going?
On the plane to Dominica.
Is she like some sort of international spy or something we don't know about?
I doubt it with that face. We cut back to the airport where a child with ringworm is supposed to be going on holiday to Ibiza with her friend's family.
She has got scabby bits, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And she's being looked after by the Cowardly Lion out of.
Oh, I know. I thought it was Lynn from Alan Partridge. I know, a cracking owl sanctuary. Yeah, they're supposed to be going on holiday to Ibiza, but she's on her mum's passport, and because her mum's not coming with her, she can't use it, which is kind of, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
So they get on the phone, in the payphone. Do you remember payphones? What a time. And they phone it up. I think they phone up Ibiza, and Ibiza just go, "No, we've let one bunch of bastards through this week. We're not letting some more."
We've already got our numbers.
Only because it was Cliff Richard, mate. He threatened to kill our children.
Need 2 more people for this flight. Go on, send them along. Yeah.
So they go, "Well, you can't come with us. You have to wait for someone to come and pick you up. Bye." And they just leave her.
They go and they leave her for 3 hours.
3 hours of just sat in an abandoned airport.
Policy. I've said this.
No, but it's like midnight as well. Like it looks empty. So it's just a child sat on a baggage carousel thing.
But when her dad does
playing a harmonica.
When her dad does arrive, the airport's
from
full
the
of
80s.
Absolutely leathered people, isn't it? In Jimmy hats,
scary.
Someone's playing Wonderwall
this
badly.
Little child.
I do like the fact that he's come back from Shirley Valentine on holiday in Greece. Her dad,
very Tom Conti,
yeah, and he's like, "I've been in a motorbike accident. Look at my face, and now my child can't go on holiday."
Is that what he said?
Yeah, and I'm like, "Fuck you! There's rules. You're not special."
I was told by a man,
Where?
Another check-in
What did he look
desk.
like? He had an eye and a face and a.
And I want that man sacked. And my favourite line of the whole thing: "I won't rest until he's been sacked."
I've never fought for anything in my life before, but I'm fighting for that man to be sacked.
I bet he did rest. I bet he went straight to bed after this.
Well, there was a weird bit as well. When he goes puts her in the car, he's in the passenger side, so I'm assuming the child's driving because he's pissed. Because he goes bye as they drive off.
It looked like a fancy car. I think it was foreign. I think it was a fancy
possibly. Car. I don't think it was fancy. I think it looked just like a. Anyway, I don't know much about. There's John when you need him. BJ.
Poor BJ.
We cut to BJ. Everyone is on. All the air stewards are kicking back and having fun, apart from one person who's missing. And it cuts to BJ in his mum's spare room, I think,
with a fag on,
and
a smoking jacket, which I quite like.
Yeah. He's got a postcard of the Silence of the Lambs over one shoulder.
Is that a red flag?
I would say so. And his mum comes in. "I've made you a cup of tea. I put sugar in it."
I wish you wouldn't. I wish you'd stop smoking, Ben.
Why? I've stopped doing everything. Then he says, "I'm like,
I might as well die."
This is exactly what we needed. I need more of him.
I just want
him
to
see his daily life,
going down to Ladbrokes, putting a line on.
I wasn't entirely sure why he was dressed like the 5th Duke of Wimborne, though. With my reputation.
And he's off work. Because
he's got tennis balls, which I think is
he's
kind of like tennis
balls.
elbow, is it?
Yeah.
This now man hit by tennis ball to the groin?
Very good.
My groin. Yeah, he plays tennis. Everyone knows he plays tennis, apparently. I don't know.
Oh, famously,
yeah. Maybe the BJ's for beyond. Anyway,
he had to have an operation. He was hit that hard.
He got panged in the nuts.
Who was he playing against? Pat Cash.
I said I was at the net and I got hit in the nuts. How? Unless it was one of those tennis cannons that he used to practice with, and he was trying to leapfrog it or something. I don't know.
Tennis cannons, my name down the docks.
Wasn't he pants with Bobby Ball? Tennis cannons. Yeah,
I
don't understand.
BJ.
I don't understand how you get your nad so badly wanged that you need an operation from a tennis ball. Let's face it, an amateur level. Unless he's got very delicate bollocks. I don't know. Some people do. People have got glass jaws. He's got glass plums.
He does now.
But yeah, I don't want to. I wish I was out there. I love my job instead of walking around here like John Wayne, being racist.
getting cancer on set. Yeah. They're having a rare time laughing at him getting a fucking ball.
I know, it's
bad. But he would do the same. He would do the same.
I'm assuming that he goes through that like at least once a month, that he's got like 4 days off in some tropical place. So it'll come around again.
Oh,
he'll have his day.
But
it's a different ailment each time he gets hit in the nuts by something completely different.
It's a different sports ball each time.
Right? Oh, can you imagine? Golf.
He started off easy, like with a
medicine ball.
Yeah, he's gonna end up with that just driving a golf ball right into him from the back tee. There's one of the stewards dancing around with a pineapple on his head, which I wasn't sure whether was racist or not.
No, it's a Carmen Miranda thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jason Lee thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but then I thought, no, I think Jason's sorry to buy that. But yeah, the ringworm dad's told a load of lies.
Too much Brill cream is the next bit. Too much Brill cream. Yes, mate. Any amount of Brill cream is too much Brill cream.
As a woman, you will have to wear red lipstick, eyeshadow, and makeup. Yeah. This is non-negotiable.
Now, who's coming up here to have the makeup done?
And that woman springs up there.
She
like
does, doesn't she? I don't think women will like to be shot in the face, Homer. They'll like what I tell them.
Yeah. So they're putting makeup on them. He, not gay. Aaron has a hairpin as a tie pin. And then this guy stood next to him, who's like, I think like the male beauty standards guy? Question mark?
I think so. Yeah. Because he's asking about the Brill cream.
Because he's like, the Brill cream is too much, yeah. Oh, no, it's too slick.
In the military, it'd be the one shaving their head in front of the
that's what I wanted him to do. They ain't that curtains. But he's like, no, in case I'm on the plane and I see a woman and I can just slide it in. And then he goes into her hair. The rest of it comes later. And the other guy just goes, oh, right, yeah. I need to make up this big red flag.
Yeah.
Curtains rapist.
Yeah. Back to Netto. Back to stocking shelves in Netto. I mean, it is the 90s.
No, he's a hairdresser. He was the hairdresser.
Oh, he was the hairdresser. Yeah.
Tesco's guy's the other guy. We will not disperse the name of Tesco's guy.
Because he's inexpensive.
£2,000 for a uniform.
For these uniforms.
I looked it up, of course. £3,886 today. Astonishing.
Absolute bollocks.
Astonishing.
How much does polyester cost? Not that much. Right? Women's one, I can kind of see it because there's like a blazer and a hat and a neck suit. Men's one, just a shirt, some trousers and a tie. Get down top, man.
Get down Prudence gowns from.
Yeah, get down Prudence gowns. Get down vintagey.
Yeah.
Really
vintage. It was probably in its heyday at this point. Yeah. No faded sign back then.
Some of the new recruits are not happy. One of them's got big ears. They used to call her trophy head at school.
Oh. And she wants to tuck her ears inside the beret, but she can't. They're too big because she's got trophy ears.
Yeah, it's fine. Embrace it. Make them stick out further so you can hear planes landing like radar. Think about it. I've got the... and then it cuts to, I think it's Aaron outside. I'm going to assume it's Aaron with his suitcase.
I thought this was somebody new.
I'm going to assume it's Aaron because he's obsessed with homosexuality and proving that he's not gay to people. Yeah. So, those that doth protest too much. So if you drag
This is just Luton in the 90s, I think. It's just horrible homophobe.
If you drag a bag behind you, like everyone does at an airport, because it's easier, unless you've got like a bassoon in it or something. I don't know. But... no, I'm going to carry my bag everywhere so people know I'm not gay. And I'm like...
I mean, I love having the wheelie bag.
The wheelie bag's the best bit. If you did adult ones with them trunkies that kids can ride about, I'd totally have one of them.
If I was there, though, I'd be fucking with him. Like, oh no, you've got to have it on the left-hand side. Otherwise, people will think you're gay then.
You've got to carry it on your head.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people will think you're gay. I just didn't understand. I like the fact that he was so obsessed by people thinking he was gay.
Yeah.
Because when I walk into the room, everyone will know I'm straight. They won't. Not with that haircut. Then we cut to the cousin fuckers who arrived in Dominica. Yeah. We get some home footage of their wedding.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see they brought and used a haunted Victorian child in their wedding.
I only spotted the child for a little while because I was busy looking at her dad.
I missed this.
And I thought, go back. Her dad looks just like her husband. And then I realised, of course he does, because he's going to be his uncle. He must be his uncle. Yep. But they've got the same nose, they've got the same haircut, they've got the same faraway stare.
Yep. Both not allowed near matches. Yeah. It was there's just a girl there and everyone else is in like white and stuff and she's just in like a purple Victorian gown with like ringlets in, looking really upset by the whole thing. I don't know. They're both going to wear traditional wedding gear even though it's 90 degrees outside. Of course they are.
I mean, that was some big dress to carry, wasn't it?
Well, they had to get that
checked in
separately, but I think they might have given it in for free because it was a wedding. Because she's like, oh, we put a lot of other shit in there as well. Chances, mate, chances.
They wouldn't do it today.
And then that was they throw the bouquet to the 6 people that are at the wedding, women that are at the wedding.
One of the women looks like she's been married 6 times, probably also to family members.
They all
She's the
look
one
a
that snatches it.
Big-eared boys on farms, don't they? Yeah. And that's that. We find out that they were allowed to go, Cliff Richard and his family, Mr. Coleman.
Yeah.
And eventually, 2 days later, Ringworm Girl was allowed to go as well because she got a new passport in 2 days. So they must have gone to Liverpool because that's the only way you can get it done that quick.
Durham. Liverpool or Durham.
Oh, well,
Aaron went on to be buggered by the ghost of Rod Hall.
Do you reckon
and Brain and
Rod Hall ever used emu to get hot things out the oven?
Absolutely.
Do you think he had to check him, or could he take him on as hand luggage?
He's my comfort. He's my emotional support emu.
Anne Brain and cousin Jim Crow, whatever his name was, became parsnip farmers, living off the fat of the land.
I don't think he was called Jim
like
Crow.
that.
I don't think it was, but okay.
The Colemans, along with their mate Ron, went down with Enron. And Flo defenestrated by the Chuckle Brothers in an accident described by Trevor McDonald as hilarious.
It's got a bit of brass eye this end bit now, hasn't it?
Brothers have been described as hilarious.
Oh God, yeah. I also missed the bit where they're on the plane and the stewardess is giving out drinks and one man asks for a watch and she fucking berates him. He asks for a watch.
She's like, can't you see how busy I am? And you want a watch?
And she goes, you know the customer's always right? Well, you're a knob. Kind of walks off. I don't think you're allowed to do that, mate. Like, this probably wasn't a Venice flight. This is probably just from like Gatwick or something. But yeah, that was that. I gotta say, I kind of really the bits that annoyed me, but the bits I enjoyed, mostly BJ.
I remember this as being TV that I hated watching because I was still living at home when this came out. I left home in '97 and I was still living at home when it came out. And I remember watching bits of it on the TV at home and thinking, I hate this. I'm never going to watch this on my own accord. And here I am, not only watching it of my own accord, watching 2 episodes and spending an hour talking about it. And
but you've had
really, honestly, enjoying it a lot more than I should have done. A lot more than I should have done.
I think the problem with
I think Boyhood Planty is just disappointed in you, really.
We live always. We live in a golden age of television right now. And I got my kicks watching an hour of this shite. Yeah.
But it's like it was around that weird period where everything was turned into a reality, a fly on the wall thing. There was a bin man one, there was driving school with Maureen. Put that on the list.
Maureen.
Yeah. Like everything.
Her poor husband.
I hope he's dead.
They're both dead. Yeah, they both died.
In a car accident.
She got quite a big news story. No, she got quite a big news story when she died.
Oh, I didn't know. Everything was, any profession was turned into a fly on the wall documentary thing because I'm assuming they were cheap to make, and you kind of get funny stories out of them.
And that's where you get stuff like The Office coming from as well, because there was so much of it around.
There was a glut of it, yeah.
There's a couple of really good football ones. One with Barry Fry, who is a famous '90s football manager, and Cockney Gadabout. That is brilliant. And Joe, I sent you the short clip.
I like that.
The guy from Brentford. Where he's just screaming, and you can bring your fucking dinner. That's great from a TV show. I'll find us a sport one we can do.
I genuinely thought for a second that Ray Frost and Cockney Gadabout were 2 different people.
Cockney Gadabout's his band.
Cockney Gadabout sounds like
upstairs at the Dublin
like
Castle.
A shit Viz character. Yeah. Like I said, I really thoroughly enjoyed this. Apart from the bits that made me very angry, but that's just stupid people, like in general. I know I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
I know the rules. You know what I mean?
I loved the snapshot of how we lived, how we were.
Yeah,
it was amazing to me.
No phones. Everyone's in the moment.
No passports, everyone just in the moment.
No passports.
It makes me want to watch one of those things about pissed people in Nottingham City Centre that used to always be on. There was always like a cops thing.
Oh, there's always like
pissed people in Nottingham City Centre.
There's one of the traffic cops ones that's set in Radcliffe.
Is there?
Yeah, I remember watching it going,
oh, that's
just up the road from me. But yeah, I'll try and find it. But yeah, that's Airline. I said the first season, I'm assuming all of them are probably on YouTube because someone clearly got a bonk on for this. But it's genuinely quite fun. It kills half an hour, and we've made a new friend in BJ because
absolutely.
He just seems like a very nice, normal guy who has the patience of a saint. Oh, we also missed them women.
Yeah, when he's not running the Grand Budapest Hotel, he's out there.
The women practicing in their hotel room with what appeared to be a sugar bowl, some bras. Yeah, and I was like,
that was fun.
I didn't write notes about that because I was like, this is fucking stupid. But yeah, your favourite lines from the show? I don't think she speaks English.
Take me down.
She doesn't speak English. You're inept, inhospitable, and you want to sell your beastly drinks.
Gives a tenner. Fuck off.
Has anyone found any passports?
Bye. Fly again. That's knock it in the dick.